Hello, welcome to the Conversation Is podcast, the TCIP. I'm Charlie Pitson, and today I'm joined with...
Oh, I thought you were going to say my name. Yeah, Josh, I'm back. Third episode in a row. I'm enjoying myself.
And what are we watching today?
We're watching American Pie.
That's right, American Pie. 20 years it's been out.
20 years, it makes me feel like an old man.
Yeah. God. Right then, let's get started.
Oh, one of the best characters in these movies. Noah Levenstein, what a legend.
Noah Levenstein. What's that now?
One of the most iconic characters.
Oh yeah, he's like
ever.
the only character to appear in all the films as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to do. I wanted to ask you your rankings of the films.
My rankings of the American Pie films.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people have disagreed with what I said before, but I think everyone can agree that American Pie 2 is the best.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that hands down.
I think you'd go the second one.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking all the main ones?
Kind of more, even the
All of them. Oh.
even the spin-off like directed DVD.
Yeah, it would go 2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get
Number 3.
It's difficult. See, I don't think number 3. I don't think number 3 is as bad as people make it out to be. Okay, I'd go with Reunion after that because Reunion's pretty good as number 3.
Fair. Okay.
Naked Mile after that. In fact, no, I put Naked Mile above Reunion. I'd have Naked Mile as number 3.
Yeah.
I know Book of Love's like at the bottom.
Book of Love's at the bottom, yeah. Well, I actually really liked that one, and then like we watched it a few weeks ago, and then I was just like, nah. We turned it off like 40 minutes into me, yeah. Because we watched every single one.
Yeah, we watched every single one. They were all pretty good, and then it got to Book of Love, and there's just something not right about it. I think it's the main characters. I think the main characters are two in-betweeners.
Did you know James Gunn's girlfriend, Jennifer Holland's in that film?
Really?
Yeah, so you know the bigger guy, the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
You know the girl he fancies, the cheerleader?
Yeah.
Her.
Oh, my God. No
Hands
way.
down, yeah. I didn't really think about it until I think I saw one of James Gunn's Instagram posts, and it was something, and she was in it. And I was like, oh, she looks so familiar. I've seen her before, because obviously he's posted a lot, but she looked very familiar at that time, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she was in American Pie.
Yeah.
So we watched it like a few days beforehand, and I was like, she looks very familiar. A little too familiar.
Yeah, I've seen her recently.
Yeah. This film is 20 years old this year as well.
Oh, my God.
I think we missed the mark on the actual day, because I think it was like summer or something. But yeah, that's why we're doing it, because honestly, we've done some weird films.
And also because the American Pie films are great.
Oh yeah, hands down. Like, I think they're quite underrated.
Do you know what? We were having a conversation the other day about most of the actors, or like all of the actors from these films, they never really got jobs outside of like, just comedies, more comedies. I feel like Alison Hannigan is one that I completely forgot about. In that she's had
How I Met Your Mother,
yeah, she's had roles in comedies.
She was in Buffy,
but
Sean William Scott's done a few good things as well, mind.
Yeah, I think those two are probably the only ones who've strayed away from like stupid comedies.
Yeah, well, Thomas Ian Nicholas is a musician.
Which one's that?
Kevin.
Is he? Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I've met him a few
times.
You've
met Kevin before.
I have met Kevin. Kevin. Yeah, it was so weird.
I can imagine.
He's alright. He's a really nice guy. I met him in. He was in Fuel Club in Cardiff. Like every single time I've seen him, he played. I think he played club or something. Yeah, but he was always in Fuel because, like, when we were in the band, Ramesh, who recorded our EPs and stuff, like, he's friends with him. So
yeah,
I kind of like said hello to Ramesh, and he introduced me to him.
And you're like, oh shit!
We were all very drunk and we had that, but yeah, nice guy.
Like, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah. You're not the guy who fucked the pie.
You're his friend.
You're his mate, yeah. And your brother's Casey Affleck?
Yeah, so strange.
You're Ben Affleck.
Why is he so sweaty? They're literally sitting down.
Yeah, he sweats a lot in this film, doesn't he?
I think it's just because he's fat in it, really.
Because he's fat?
He's not fat, though, is he, fat. Really?
Right, how old do you think they are, like, in real life when they were making this? Because they're supposed to be
I think we've
It's
said
supposed
this.
to be
I think we've
18.
had this conversation, but I think it's like I think they're in their like 20s, early 20s, most of them.
Yeah, I think they were all like 20,
I
23.
think some of them.
I think
are quite
Tara
young.
Reid was like 25.
I think she was the
And-
oldest though.
There was another one. One of them was like considerably older. I think it's Natasha Lyonne.
Are we sure? I feel
don't
like
know.
she was.
I feel like I need to. I could check up right now. I'm on the
Oh, this is a classic American Pie tune.
So Jason Biggs would have been about 2021 when they filmed this.
I see. I think Natasha Lyonne was like.
Chris Klein would have been about 20. Alison Hannigan, she was the one who was older because she was about 25 in this
Natasha
one.
Lyonne's 40 now, so she was.
Okay, she was one of the younger ones then.
Yeah.
Thomas Ian Nicholas is 19, so he's the youngest one.
Oh.
Tara Reid was 24.
I love this scene. I love the fact this is all just one long shot as well. I never noticed it before.
Yeah.
It's just him walking through the house.
This may or may not be like the extended unrated version because there's a scene that comes up like when they're in the party and
I remember
they're talking it, and I can't remember what the actual scene is. But it makes it too long. I think it's just Stifler walking around.
It's not Stifler in the bathroom, is it?
No, it's just it shows too much of like the setup of the party, and it doesn't really get to the story really quick. But I think it's a funny little scene, and I'm pretty sure it's between like.
Well, to be fair, any extra
Jim and
scenes in
Kevin.
American Pie would be great. Like,
Yeah, true.
Sherman's such a nerd.
Do you know he's in band camp?
Is he?
He's the principal of the school.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
In band camp.
Band camp. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that. See, the color of these cups always like makes me feel sick, just because the only time I've ever seen
that cup.
plastic
Yeah,
cups
yeah,
that
yeah.
color is from this film, and
Yeah,
it reminds me of
there's a
the
certain-
scene.
Yeah. Oh, so I was reading something. Apparently, you know the scene where Stifler drinks the
The spunk.
jism.
the jism.
Well, so like how they did it, they actually had like beer or something, or like apple juice or whatever, and they put egg whites in it. But apparently it was so disgusting that it made Sean William Scott almost vomit every single time. So I guarantee one of his takes is probably like him generally smelling the egg whites and going like, not again.
Yeah.
Done 46 takes of this, guys.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you keep spewing, dude.
Oz not being in the third one was like a massive blow to the film.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone realized how much the film would miss him until it actually happened. It was like, oh yeah. No,
Apparently he was never included anyway, which makes no sense because
That doesn't make any sense.
it's one of Jim's closest friends. Why would he not be at his wedding?
Exactly.
I can understand like Tara Reid and maybe what's some Tasha Lyonne's character called again?
I don't know actually.
Jessica.
Jessica, that's the one.
I can imagine them not being in it. But Oz, it just seemed a bit weird, didn't it?
It's a bit
And the fact that
strange
he
because
can
he
get
is
asked
he's
either
one
is
of
a
the
bit
boys, isn't it? Yeah, he's one of the boys.
He's one of the lads, and then he got asked back. They all got asked back for a reunion, which I think is like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, where have you been? I think they do address it in reunion. I've only
They
seen
do.
it twice.
Oh,
so
they do. Oh, it's like a 2-second line. He just says, "Oh, I missed the wedding. I'm not going to miss this," and that's the only part they address it in.
Oh, they didn't even say like.
There's
why.
no reason for it. He
Well,
was
that's-
like, he just says to his girlfriend, "Oh, I missed the wedding. I'm not going to miss this," and that's it. And that's the only time they
Oh,
ever
that's
address
so
it in the
dumb.
film.
That
It's
is so
weird.
dumb.
It's a very quick and lazy way of doing it. I guess. Like, yeah.
Thing is,
okay.
I think like, do you reckon if Oz was in it, do you reckon you probably would put Wedding at the top? Because I think The Wedding's a really good film.
I think The Wedding's quite a good film.
It can't beat number 2 because number 2 clearly it's not so much the
Number
story.
2 is
it's
so
hands
clear
down
at the
for the
top.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because the
Oh,
soundtrack in this
100%.
is great, but the soundtrack in number 2 is so much more memorable.
Yeah.
Like, you got Fat Lip, In Too Deep, Every Time I Look for You.
Mm-hmm.
What
Vertigo. Like, there's some
Yeah.
fucking massive tunes in there.
Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of anything at the top of my head that's in this apart from Mutt by Blink-182.
I mean, there's that really stupid song. I don't know. I can't remember its name.
So this script was written in 6 weeks.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That makes a lot of sense. It's not the best script in the world, but it doesn't need to be, does it? It's that kind of film.
It's disgusting, isn't it? Yeah. That's what my hair looks like when I just let it naturally dry.
That's the perfect, like... So do you want to know what my hair looks like when it's down? How does it look? You know that girl in the Stifler tries to fuck at his party in American Pie 1? Yeah?
That's
Yeah,
the one.
exactly that. I love how many times they fake it out in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 4 or 5 times that they go to drink the drink and then don't do it.
You can see him, like, he's definitely smelt the egg whites. And he's just not happy. And he's like, please don't make me drink this. It's fucking foul. Because, like, I swear, I actually did have, like, a dirty pint when...
No, he's so annoyed.
We've done a dirty pint where they put, like, because we used to work at the cocktail bar, the terrace and stuff.
What?
So we used to put, like, everything you could think of. So we had, like, we cleared the lines and then you put, like, every beer in it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like an ale, lagers, ciders, egg whites that we're pretty sure were gone off.
I love how he knows what's going on straight away.
Oh, yeah.
He figures it out. The John
Milf.
Show.
John Cho. There he is. Oh,
The man,
that's... Sorry,
myth,
there we
the
go.
legend.
So this is the thing I was on about earlier. The character who was older. He was the oldest character in this. He was 26.
John Cho.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like, as in, like, to be that age, you know what I mean?
Yeah. To be fair, though, he looks quite young.
He does look really young.
Yeah.
And then he starred in the masterpiece that was Harold and
The
Kumar.
absolute masterpiece.
Absolute masterpiece, yeah. No shame in liking that film. Absolutely love it.
No, it's.
And we've watched it, 3 times in the last 2 weeks?
It's American Pie level. Like it's at a very high level.
Like we were saying earlier, innit, how like they're more nostalgic and they're easy to watch. They're not so much background films, are they? But like
they're great. I think they're just great to chuck on. If you
Yeah.
don't know what else to watch, like just chuck on Harold and Kumar.
because you watched this film so young as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how old were you when you first watched this?
when I first watched this, I reckon I was probably about 12 or 13. It was quite late when I started.
I was 8.
American Pie.
And I had the VHS tapes of all 3.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know why my parents put me them, but, thank you. Because they're great, mate.
Mom and Dad.
No, I generally had that. It's so weird. Same with, like, Kevin Smith and stuff. Like, I saw Jane Silent Bob for the first time when I was, like, 8 years old. And then I just fell in love with all his films. And then, as Anton says, Kevin Smith is shit.
Yeah.
But we don't do that here. Kevin Smith is our Lord and Saviour.
See, we say that. But I feel like there always has to be a joke about Kevin Smith
It
being
does,
shit
yeah,
in every
yeah.
podcast now. It's happening.
No, we can't make that a thing. Honestly, it was supposed to be the other way around. Alright? We did Chasing Amy as our first episode.
Oh, okay.
Solely because we just...
Never mind them.
I just want to point out in this scene, his house is still kind of pristine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really that much evidence there was a party apart from
Maybe.
clearly placed cups.
Yeah.
Like,
nobody would put them there in the party.
If
It was
anyone's
just
been to a
because they
house
needed-
party, right, houses get absolutely trashed.
Oh, they get wrecked.
If they don't get wrecked in a sense where, like, furniture gets broken.
Oh
It's
no,
still
I've had
a shit tent.
house parties where shit's got broken.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, a
Mm.
few solo cups dotted about the room,
Yeah,
conveniently placed just behind the boys.
that's a dream. That's the dream. If people can
Still as well, I was
they
like-
can be that neat when they come into my house, I'd have parties all the time.
That's why she lets us stay, because they're all scared of her. Clearly, they're like, "You're not gonna fuck with Stifler's mom. Like,
Exactly.
she'll
I
kick
feel
her
like
ass."
that
So,
might be
like,
what it is.
everyone recycles.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a conversation with this with your friends, like as triumphant as this?
No.
Kevin's big speech about how they should get laid.
I've never had that kind of conversation with my friends ever. No.
When you're younger, obviously not like when you're like 16 or whatever.
No. I've always been
I feel like people
I've always
do.
been inspirational, but not like that. Like
Yeah, that was.
there needs to be a certain type of forethought to be as inspirational as that, and I don't have that.
No man, number 2 is clearly the best film.
Number 2 is so clear. The second
Number
one,
2 felt like that's what the first film should have been.
I think the first one's still very good though.
Watching number 2 a lot more
I think
makes
even
feel
if-
number 1
even
feel
if
like a
number
prequel.
two- even if number 2 is comfortably the best film, number 1 is comfortably the second best film. by distance.
Yeah, purely just because like
Yeah.
I think it's just a setting, like the whole summer vibe and the that lake house they got is pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty tasty.
It's really cool.
Yeah. But then I love the
This all looks.
I think Jim is so
old,
much.
though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I love how old it looks though, because we just thought this kind of thing was normal back in the day.
Yeah, because our bedrooms are like this, and we
Yeah,
were like we were
exactly.
considerably younger than these guys. I mean, we were like 3 when this film came out.
Yeah.
3 years old.
So this still felt current when we were watching it.
They were almost our age when this film was made. So, but yeah, I used to have a computer like that where it's just like
Yeah.
or-
Might not have looked.
didn't have a
It
webcam.
might
really.
not have looked as old as this, but it was definitely.
No, I remember I used to go to my grandmother's house and she had a computer like that, and we
Mm.
just that's what we do, and we still use when Facebook came out and stuff, and we just be on Facebook all the time, and Bebo.
Bebo.
Everyone had Bebo.
MySpace.
Give
Skype.
me a love for the day, please.
This is so funny.
Yeah. Also, why
This
is
is so cheesy.
why is John Cho in the choir?
He's got a good voice, bro.
Yeah, but did you feel like they just kind of, George, do you want to be in another scene? And then he's like, yeah, go on then. And he's
Listen,
just like,
it's
he
perfect.
goes-
It's perfectly reasonable.
No, it just doesn't make sense, like with his character and the party. But then, yeah, I guess that's like him being drunk and exaggerated. But
Yeah. But he's the one who organises the reunion.
oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
So he must be some kind of smart. Like
No, what?
what I'm saying is like he must have been quite successful if he was the one who organising the reunion, and he seems like he's
Oh
quite an
yeah, I know. I
affluent
meant like
guy,
it's just funny seeing him in the scene. Like he just felt like he just chucked him in.
yeah,
like, Yeah, do you want to be in another scene, bro? And he's like, yeah, right. Like his agent fought for him to be in another scene or some bullshit.
yeah.
Like, dude, you're already the MILF guy. You don't need to be
You
the
don't need to
choir
be
guy.
just a MILF guy.
It just felt like he's out of place because of like we know who he is,
yeah,
and he's clearly the more successful than most of the people in this film.
yeah.
So he's just sitting in the back of the choir, and then he's just like, I'm the MILF guy at the same time.
because he was already quite. I mean, he wasn't a big actor at this point, was he?
No, he wasn't really.
But he was more
None of
well-known than
none of them
some
are
of
known.
I
This is
don't
all
know.
like everyone's breakout roles, pretty much.
Was it John Cho's though?
I don't think it's like don't think it's their
Oh,
debut
no.
films, but like this is the film that put them on the map. If you get
Yeah.
me, because it was so successful, which is quite weird because it was like I got up right here. The budget was 11 million for this, and the box office was 235.5 million. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What?
That's nuts, isn't it?
That's amazing.
That's nuts.
That's so cool.
So of course it's gonna like
Oh, John Cho was actually born in South Korea.
Yeah?
I didn't realize he wasn't born in America.
Oh, Shannon Elizabeth is quite There's a lot of people actually on here that are pretty famous. Bill Murray apparently was considered for the role of Noah Levenstein. Bill Murray.
No way.
Imagine
Murray.
how weird that film would be. Bill Murray.
I mean, I guess it's because we've seen. What's his name?
Eugene Levi. Yeah, I think American Reunion made the least amount of money. I think it was a box office bomb.
Was it?
Because only 4 of them have appeared in the cinema, so it's obviously the main 4. The spin-offs went.
I don't know. I never even thought about that. The other ones, the spin-offs went in cinema.
Yeah, so this one made bank, like serious bank.
Mm.
So Reunion cost 50 mil. Made 235 mil.
That's not too bad.
I
I mean, they probably expected to make more.
So I read
but-
this, like I was reading through this to see it was saying that it flopped. Clearly didn't flop then, did it?
Unless they expected it to do more, and they would have had to have more.
I think that it made like pretty much the same amount as the first one.
Yeah, but
Maybe they wanted to see if it could win like a mil or I could get
yeah, I don't know.
like a 500 mil.
They probably expected it a lot more because
Yeah.
American Pie was already quite a big franchise at that point. They expected that people who were fans of the first couple of films would have gone
Yeah,
to go
trying
and
to
see
just
this,
jump onto it. Yeah, I get you.
So when they realised it only did the same as the first one, they were probably a bit, shocked.
Yeah. American Pie 2, 30 mil, 287. It's the highest grossing film in the franchise.
Oh, Reunion.
The second one.
Oh. Casey Affleck being in this film is the weirdest thing in the world.
It is weird, isn't it?
It's so
Because like
strange.
I'm so used to seeing him like in Chasing Amy, and he's just the
You don't ever hear from
Figure.
him again, do you? Oh, is he in the second one? He's in the second one as well.
he's in the
isn't he?
second
Yeah,
one because he's the
in
one who
second
like tells him about the Lake House, isn't it?
Yeah, but the only time you ever see him on screen is when he's on the phone with Kevin.
Yeah, I think in the second one though, he's in a suit and he's kind of like he's clearly just had a business meeting or something like that or whatever.
But he's still on the phone to Kevin though, isn't he?
He's never in.
He's never in a
there
scene
with them.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and he's only in the first two as well. But it's still really weird because like I'm used to introducing Amy as the kid who like wants his comic book signed.
Oh right, yeah.
And obviously clearly that's because like Ben Affleck was like, "Yo, come over, have a fucking
Yeah,
party." Like, yeah, he could be this guy, whatever. And obviously now he's an Oscar winner, and amongst other stuff that we don't really want to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a weird because he's such a, don't know.
Yeah,
He's got a baby face, isn't he? Basically.
Yeah.
So he looks younger than Kevin to me. So it just feels weird that he's his older brother.
Yeah.
Full of wisdom, I guess.
Oh, his facial expressions when he's sitting it is so funny.
Yeah. That guy looks familiar. You know the taller guy? He doesn't look like anyone. He looks like Austin Butler.
He's the guy at the end who's going to do Oz's part, isn't he? And then and then Oz gets there and he's like, everyone's like, "Oh, you suck, dude."
Do you know who Austin Butler is? I think he was on. You think he was on like a few. I think he was on a few Disney shows back in the day.
Oh right.
He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he's like one of the Manson followers.
Oh, right.
And I swear to God, do you know that guy at the back, the one who takes the role? Doesn't he look exactly like him?
Oh
like,
yeah,
like a '90s version.
If he had black hair, yeah.
Well, no, I just find it. There you go.
Oh yeah.
But like a '90s version. Do you know what I mean? Like a budget, poor version.
Yeah.
Let's do a recurring segment called Rotten Reviews. I'm sure you've heard of it because you've done it twice. Barely, if you didn't finish it.
I'm ready for this one.
Right, so we got American Pie has a likable cast, but the actors appear throttled back by a pedestrian script and direction. Consequently, one winds up liking the film more than it deserves because of the gameness of its attractive cast.
Because of the whatness of its attractive cast?
The gameness.
The gameness?
Yeah.
What does gameness mean?
I assume it's the same as what we mean when we say, like, oh, you know, that's so game. I'm game for that, do you know what I mean? So you're game for the cast. You're up for it,
okay.
You're up for the attractiveness of the cast.
True.
This was actually a review on the 9th of July this year.
Well,
so that's quite recent.
Well,
who's reviewing this? Like it.
Who's reviewing?
Well, then again, actually, maybe that's when it film came out. So this guy is clearly like
he was on it.
Yeah.
He was doing what we're doing.
What do you think, though? Do you think it's a fair rotten review?
I don't think it's the best script in the world, but I think for what it is, it's.
I mean, it was written
bad.
in 6 weeks, so it's not going to be the best.
But for what it is, I don't think it's a bad script at all.
I think the film makes it. I think the cast does actually make up for. Yeah, I agree with this guy. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as say it's rotten though, because
but I wouldn't say that they're bad, because it said in that review that the actors weren't particularly great, didn't it?
No, one winds up liking the film more than it deserves because of the gameness of its attractive cast. So because the cast is so, you're so up for the cast, you like the cast. It kind of makes the film better than it is, and it's true. But yeah, so we're on the scene now with James. That's still his name. He puts his dick in the pie, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's a Mandela effect, but there's two versions of that shot. So there's one where we watched just now where it was like him laying on top like a missionary. But I swear down there's a version where he's like fucking the pie up against the counter.
I'm pretty sure there was one bit there where he was doing.
No, it was only the one bit where he was on top.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But do you remember that? Oh,
I remember that.
Is that
maybe
like a Mandela effect thing where I'm just like, oh well.
I was thinking maybe it's from the fourth one. Because he does have
a he does have
naked
and he covers his
I was going to say he does have a
like,
weird kitchen scene in the fourth one as well, doesn't he?
Oh, I swear it's I need to find out because it's not just me. It's gotta be. It must have been. I'm imagining it. Do you know what?
Doesn't matter. Go to
it
the next
doesn't
one.
really matter. Yeah, let's go back to the rotten reviews. So there are some fine comedic moments that still shine despite American Pie being pretty forgettable.
Forgettable?
This was January 14th, 2017.
Why? How was it forgettable?
I don't know.
Because they never watched it when they were younger, clearly.
Yeah, it is. I think it's one of those films where, like, if you did not watch this when it came out or when you were younger,
Although
it's
then again,
probably
I was
not
still,
really
I
gonna
was still
try
quite
and
old
make
when
it-
I watched it. Like I said, I was like 13 when I watched it.
Yeah, but
first.
that was still a long time enough ago.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, they still had the spin-offs coming out and it was still relevant. There hasn't been a film since 2012. Like Reunion was the last one that came out 2012, and I'm kind of glad if it ended there. Like at least we ended it with Reunion.
Yeah,
rather
Reunion
than
was a
Book of
good
Love.
film. Yeah,
Because Book of Love is 10 years old this year.
Book of Love sucked, dude.
No, let's give some love for the Book of Love.
Nah, fuck that. It
Yes,
sucked.
so rest of the rancid jokes, listless performances, and mild sauce mischief buried the basic bone and novelty of American Pie alive. 11 years later, it's still the same insufferable, meaningless hooey it always was.
I mean, that's just your opinion, man.
Well, that's just your opinion, man.
This guy seems like he would have been fun at parties.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I enjoy it because it's a stupid film. I don't watch it expecting it to be like, you know, a masterpiece of like, you know, of storytelling
it's
and,
not.
and great acting. It's like, that's just not what it is, and it's never what it's going to be, and you should not.
It's just something fun you put on. And
As soon as you accept that, then that's when you can enjoy it for what it is.
it's true because, yeah, I agree with you because we did Faithful Findings last week, and I
Yeah.
mean, I enjoyed
Faithful
that.
Findings is
It's a
enjoyable.
different kind of masterpiece.
It is. Faithful Findings is just so good that, you know, the Breenius can't be appreciated.
You can't,
because-
yeah. Jesus Christ himself.
Jesus Christ, exactly.
Yeah, so we got the production is amateurish and cheap looking, but two decent performances are worth mentioning. Chris Klein as sensitive jock and Alison Hannigan as nerdy flute player.
No mention of Stifler.
Yeah, maybe that's what he means, as in.
Stifler was iconic.
I mean, I'd agree that production is amateurish and cheap looking, but
Oh,
like,
of course, yeah.
I mean,
But they didn't have that much budget, did they?
10 mil, yeah,
10 mil.
Yeah. Did you shoot a lot on location as well? I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with that one actually, because I think them two are probably the best performances. I know Stifler's great, but in terms of like acting, I would say like Chris Klein nails it as Oz, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
and
does
Alison
nail it,
Hannigan
to
is
be
just like
fair.
so crazy.
I just think
hilarious.
Alison Hannigan's an odd choice because she's not in much of this.
And
film.
Eugene Levi as well. I think he's like them three are the greatest characters.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think if
Stifler obviously, but Stifler's on a different
if it
realm.
said if it said Oz and Mr. Levinstein, then I would understand it because Noah
Yeah,
Levinstein
yeah.
is one of the best characters in this series.
hence why he's in all of them.
Exactly. And he smashes it in all of them. He steals the
he
scene
does steal
every
the scene,
single
yeah.
time he's there.
Tell you what, I'll read.
Even in the fourth one, actually.
I'll read two more, and I will actually read two more now. And I'll just say that and do one. I'll
Okay,
read
go
two.
on.
So we got a surprisingly large amount of screen time devoted to the sickly sweet morality tales of the movie, which would be fine on TV series, but are way too frothy and take up too much time here. What do you think they mean by that? Do you think they mean like it spends too much time, like you know, like scenes where like Finch
It's
has the
filler
laxatives?
scenes. Yeah, it's filler scenes.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Because that scene is kind of pointless, really. I mean, it sets up their like rivalry, but it does that anyway, just because of like you can tell that they're completely opposite people and they don't like each other.
I guess something needed to happen for Finch to go by himself to prom. Something needed to happen. For him to go by
it
himself.
just felt
was
like
a device.
I think it just takes so long. Yeah,
I feel like if it could have been something else that set up the rivalry between Finch and Stifler, but it could also be it needed to be there because
yeah, it's true.
it sets up Finch going solo for the.
That's very
prom.
true. Yeah. 'Cause I mean, I don't know. It just feels like the way they executed it. It's just a bit of a long of a scene. Like it's funny as shit. I can't, not denying that, but like.
I
If
think
I'm gonna
that's
be
a good
honest,
scene.
I'm gonna see it like I want to counter to see if you
Yeah.
agree with this review, but I get what he means by that. But TV series, I can see what he means by that as well. I don't know. I agree with it, but it's just like I wouldn't give it a rotten review. Like if I had to set,
it has its problems. It's never going to be a perfect film.
if we, I'll tell you what, I'll read the last one and then. So the last one is a crude piece of work, spottily acted and directed.
The what? Wait. Can you say
A
that again?
crude piece of work, spottily acted and directed.
I mean, that's plain wrong.
That is plain wrong.
I mean, it's disgusting, but it's why can't we laugh at stuff like that? You know what I mean? I feel like it's such a pretentious, like, kind of
Reading
view
these.
to take. It's when people say, oh, you know, like poo and fart jokes and like, and you know, dick jokes and stuff like, oh yeah, it's juvenile, it's this and that. It's like, well, we should be
Goddamn
able
right it is, and it's
to,
hilarious.
yeah, exactly. Let people enjoy things, dude. Like, you know,
I think if it's smartly done, like I think Judd Apatow, like, and Seth Rogen, well, early Seth Rogen films, nail, like, you know,
poop and fart jokes.
yeah, pretty much,
Yeah.
and some Kevin Smith stuff, like maybe more rats does like quite quirky ways of getting around to those jokes rather than just obviously saying it, like, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
and physically saying it, but then he starts doing that then in Jane Silent Bob and Clerks 2, where it's literally just like weed, dick, and fart jokes, as they say, like, because it's such a meta joke. But yeah, because that's it for Rotten Reviews. But before we finish that, I reckon we should give it a percentage.
Percentage.
Yeah, and if you rate it rotten or fresh.
Oh, of course, I'd rate it fresh.
Yeah,
Super fresh. No, not super fresh.
super fresh. Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorite films. I wouldn't say it's one of the best films I've ever watched because it just isn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's never going to be, you know, one of the best films you ever watch. But I reckon I'd still give it high 70s, low 80s.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd probably go for like 78, 79.
79. I'd go for 63.
Is that the one that's on on Rotten Tomatoes? Or is it lower? It's lower on Rotten
I think
Tomatoes.
it's lower on Tomatoes.
I think the third one's the
And if
highest
it's the
rated.
same, then it's gonna.
The third one's the highest rated out of the original four, isn't it?
It's got 61 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about then, you know.
Well, I was close
61.
again.
61.
61. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I mean, I give it 63. Like, it's definitely in the 60s for me. It's just enjoyable. You know, I mean, it's not cinema, is it? It's just a movie.
No, but I don't.
But it's
expect
something
it
you
to
can
be.
just chuck on and just, yeah, it's one of those. And I think it gets so much funnier as you get older as well, because
Yeah.
so many jokes that, like, I think I hadn't seen it for a few years, and I went back and watched it, and I was like,
I don't remember.
how
that.
did I not notice that before? And then
Yeah.
as you get older, you learn more, and you're like,
It's the same with music, to be fair.
yeah, that's true.
Did that with a lot of Eminem songs. I opened my eyes and actually started listening to the
Yeah,
Eminem's music, and I was like,
he's been even a breadcrumb of Gayness, isn't he?
yeah.
Breadcrumb
But
trail
as
of
soon as I
Gayness.
started actually listening to the lyrics of these songs, I was like, these are really dark. Like,
I love her lines. Great.
See
See you
tomorrow. See you tomorrow, kids.
She has like 5 lines in the song as well, and they're amazing.
I think Heather's a real dick in this film.
Yeah, I don't get this because, like,
Like she
Oh,
knows,
no.
she knows that Oz wasn't the one making fun of her. It was Stifler.
I keep forgetting we've already got this bit. Like, we've been so infatuated with those like other things that I just forgot how far we're into this
Yeah,
film.
exactly.
Oh, we're in this bit. She's coming over. Oh my god, I didn't
Yeah,
even watch
dude.
this.
This has to be like this is. I feel like this is one of her classics.
One thing that bugs me about this film actually is just the sound editing and the sound mixing is terrible.
Yeah, I know.
And I really wish Anson was on this episode just so he could give his insight about it, because
Yeah.
I know he would rip his shit
He would
into it.
rip this to shit. Yeah.
Because, like,
It always bugs me how far away he goes as well. He seems like he's like the way they cut the montage together of him running. It seems like he's
Yeah.
running for like 10 minutes. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
runs for like 10 minutes to get to Kevin's, and then he runs all the way back again. Like, I don't know why they're getting so happy. Like the video's not like pixels,
Dixelated, as I said.
pixelated.
Yeah, that's the fucking brother, right? He's in the second. He is in the second one, isn't
He's
he?
on the second one.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't look anything alike.
When
and
did this one? How
Well,
far?
They were 2 years apart.
2 years
2 years
apart.
apart.
Okay.
Yeah, and he looks
He
nothing
must
alike.
have just started going through puberty then, and just.
I think it's
just
maybe the
grew-
hat he's
grew a bit.
wearing. I think the hat just kind of throws me off because it's like
Or maybe he did just have
Rapidly,
a growth spurt.
I had a growth spurt. Yeah, well, you could.
Because you could have just had a growth spurt for 2 years. You could just I've seen people grow quicker than that. Like,
Yeah.
this is such a hilarious
Takes
plot
it
point
vitamins.
as well because it just
Yeah.
would never happen.
Oh god, no,
this is
no,
classic porno setup. This is classic porno setup. Like the way they cut that together there makes it look like he's been gone from the bedroom for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's such a weird way to cut it together.
Yeah, so Blake got 82. They're credited, right? Tom DeLonge, Mark Hoppers, but Travis Barker wasn't credited as as Travis Barker when the film came out.
Why?
They used the old drummer's name.
Oh, that's pretty.
And they
sad.
changed it like a few years later. Yeah, it's really awkward. But
I'm
like
so-
one of their songs is in this as well. And it's a song that he wrote, and it's like, yeah, we don't care. We'll put Scott Rainer's name
I'm
in it.
surprised they didn't change it earlier. I'm surprised it took 2
Yeah.
years.
I don't know. I actually don't know how long it took, but it took a while, I guess. But still,
See, this is ridiculous. This just would never happen.
no, this wouldn't.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
I mean, it was very clear she never had no intention of like fucking Jim
No,
until
it's
this
true.
point. His dancing in the scene
Yeah, it's dancing.
This
It's
scene
horrendous,
alone
man.
is one of the best.
This whole
scenes
sequence of
of
just
all
like,
time.
I gotta admit though, this whole sequence is a bit long. Like not so much like the dancing. I mean, as a whole sequence. So like
Yeah.
setting up like the webcam until he literally goes to school. Like I think it's like a good 10 minutes of the film. Mind,
Yeah.
it's got to be about 10 minutes, and I feel like it's just too long to get to the point. Like they could do it quicker.
No, I like the length of this part. I think it's pretty funny.
Shit like that. Like you could.
Yeah, you
I
could cut that
probably
out. You
cut
wouldn't
stuff
need
like
that
that. You
in
know,
there,
I'd
yeah.
just have him like, what the shit is this? I wouldn't. Yeah, necessarily.
I think the part in the second film, which would be this but done better, is probably the lesbian scene. The whole
Yeah.
lesbian sequence is this sequence but better.
Oh yeah, hands down.
But this isn't a bad sequence, is what I'm saying. It's
I
just
know.
it's done better in the second film.
Right. So, is there any point in your life to do with you or anyone you know, or I'll just say who they are, where they've had a story as embarrassing as this and having to go to school and have like not know that people know this like thing about them on this kind of grand scale?
Story this embarrassing.
Anything like this go on your school? Like not like a guy, almost having sex with a woman and then like, ejaculating twice.
No, actually, no. Nothing
No?
this embarrassing.
Nothing
no.
nothing is extreme.
No.
No, we don't know. One guy did kill a sheep
Killed
on
a
school
sheep.
property. Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
That's the most extreme story I can think of on top of
Oh,
my
if
head.
we're talking extreme, I didn't mean like exactly like that.
Oh no,
If we're
something
talking- if
sexual.
we're talking-
I
if
just
we're
want to know:
talking like,
was there like a story that went through your
just
entire
extreme
school?
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, just people bringing knives into school, stuff like that.
Oh.
Like
Well,
fucking crazy stuff. Police coming onto the premises and fucking arresting people. It was pretty wild.
Because it's like no one's been as embarrassed as Jim. Like,
No, there's no way.
That must be quite saddening.
This is why I find it so weird that Alison Hannigan is mentioned as one of the best parts of the film, considering she's not in much of it.
Yeah, but her
There's a
character's
full- There's a
amazing.
full like 40 minutes at this point where she just hasn't been in the film.
Apart from like the Stifler scene.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. From the Stifler scene until now.
I don't know, I
it's
think-
the
I
two
think
times
it's
we
just
last
like-
saw her.
I think it's how she changes when she's drunk.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, she's got like a wild side. It's like,
I find
oh,
it so funny how, like, in the later films, she just becomes Lily.
yeah.
Like,
Reunion,
especially
she's
in
playing
Reunion,
Lily. Yeah.
she pretty much just plays Lily at that point. She looks so young here as well.
Oh yeah.
She goes from really, really, really young looking,
Yeah.
like, like 15, 16,
yeah. She's also
straight to just like.
80.
I don't think she looks bad when she
No,
gets
she looks-
older, but she looks really old, but she looks really good for the age that she is. Like, if that makes sense.
Really, she's so goofy, man. You
Yeah,
can't
she's
help
so
her
goofy.
here. She's such a good character. Time at band camp. Let me guess, a bear came. It's like you know all our stories.
It's like you know all our stories.
And she like ends
Is
everything
that a
with a question
question?
mark. Yeah. Is that a question? I don't know. Do you want me to
This-
answer it anyway?
This entire scene here is so like
Oh.
it's so like American romantic.
I hate
like,
it so
drama.
much, man.
It's so funny. This
I love
entire
Oz,
scene does
but,
not
like-
need to be here.
He almost looks like someone who would be in the film Cocktail with Tom Cruise. Like he looks like he should have been like.
Looks,
He looks like he would have been in the Outsiders or
yeah.
one of the. He probably would have been in It, but like he would have played both the young and the old version of himself. Because I'm not quite sure how old this guy is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 27 years later, this guy's an age a day, man, and he's younger. He's like this guy looks like 30.
I love how they set this up. So early
Yeah,
in the
it's great,
film.
isn't it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
never
yeah.
noticed it until like.
Well,
the
it's not
fourth
on
time I
fair
watched it.
because
I was like,
Stifler's parents aren't together, are they?
no.
So Stifler's.
Oh,
I was
but
gonna
yeah,
say he's an
she says-
orphan.
but she says older woman, so it's like 100%.
Yeah, it's setting it up.
It's
Yeah.
just setting it up.
See, that's the kind of like this. You could clearly tell this film was written in 6 weeks. It's just like, oh, it was a Saturday, but that also conflicts with my other thing that I have planned.
That I completely forgot about.
What one will I pick?
Completely forgot about.
I have to pick the lacrosse because that's what the film's expected of me to do. So then I can redeem myself to go to the thing with the girl.
I smash it in the lacrosse and then just decide that I want to be with my girlfriend, so I
Yeah.
run all the way there. He seems like he runs quite a long way as well.
Oh yeah, he feels like he jogs for like 45 miles.
Yeah, it's just the way it's cut together. All of the jogging scenes in this.
Yeah,
film,
we did mention this
it
last
seems like
time.
they're
Yeah,
so
'cause, like,
long.
yeah.
Jim looks like he runs about 20 blocks to go.
Yeah, but
to
how
Kevin's.
did Jim and Kevin get there before him though as well? Because they were at the game watching him. And they
exactly.
just in the crowd. Like,
Wait, were they at the lacrosse game?
I don't know, but we'll find out very soon.
Yeah.
Is the lacrosse game before prom? Because prom is the end of the film, right? It's like lead up to the end of the film, isn't it?
I think it's pretty soon actually.
So this, as we were saying earlier,
This scene's.
we were saying like, oh, what's his angle for this scene? Because it's Stifler loses out on his prom date because of Finch, so he retaliates with the laxatives, doesn't he? Yeah.
And it then therefore means that
Yeah,
Finch goes stag to prom.
Does Stifler have a date? I don't even remember. I don't think it's actually even shown, so like it makes no sense.
I don't think
Because it doesn't really play on it. Because if he hasn't got a date, then this whole scene's for nothing really. They could have figured another way to get Finch to like lose his date. Maybe like.
Yeah, I guess this is hilarious as well.
Because they do set this up early on. They do say like he's never taken a shit in school, and he always goes someone to take a shit or whatever. Do you know anyone like this though? As like.
I do stuff like this.
Well, you just like.
I hate shitting in public places. It's awful.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's
out there, by the way.
I know me and Will have had this conversation a million times. But Will's like, yeah, I don't care. I've like, because whenever we went to the library, I'd always make sure I shit before I went to the library because I couldn't be asked to do it while I was there.
Couldn't be asked, yeah.
I don't want to do it. Like, strange.
I reckon he could just stayed in there. But he didn't need to come out. I think he should have just climbed out the window.
I would have stayed. I would have stayed in the toilet.
Until the end of school, honestly. I would have skipped classes.
Yeah, they say it there as well, by the way.
What?
That he fucked Stifler's mum. They just said it there.
Did he fuck his... Oh my god!
The rumour is that he fucked Stifler's mum. And
didn't he actually at that point? Or was it late? No, it's prom, isn't it? Yeah.
But
I get confused.
But that's the rumour, and then it comes true.
Reality, yeah. At this point, he could have just gone out the window.
At this point, I'd just wait until, like, fucking ages from now. Don't come out straight away, because everyone will be waiting. I mean, this is a bit stupid, but...
I feel so bad for him, though, because, like, what he did wasn't even that bad. Stifler's just kind of a dick. It's kind of mean. That photograph, what is that?
Yeah, what the fuck? Vicky really annoys me in this film. I think she annoys me in the second film more than any other ones. She wasn't in the third one, was she? Was she?
No, she wasn't in the third one, no. The only ones in the third one is Jim, Kevin, Finch.
Kevin's in the third one, though, so what's his story in the third one?
Kevin and Finch are just kind of like the best men, dude. Stifler has a bigger role in the third one.
Yeah.
Because he tries to get with...
I'm starting to think, like, every film, apart from the wedding, someone has a central, like, story. Everyone has their own story.
Yeah.
Kevin's story always involves Vicky, which is why I'm kind of confused. Are we sure she wasn't in the third one?
Yeah, she wasn't in it, no.
Fair. No, Finch has a big role in the third one, because he rivals Stifler for that girl.
For January Jones, yeah. Michelle's sister. Katie? Is that her name?
I don't know.
I think it is, right? Yeah.
Well, they are there.
So they are in the crowd of this lacrosse game.
So they follow him to the recital. Do you know what? If I was Oz's coach, I would be super pissed.
He is really super pissed. I know
he's super pissed, but I'd be more pissed than he is. Like, he's like, striker, and then that's it.
Yeah, but he's just kind of fucked off and he has no need to be in the frame, does he?
Well, I mean,
once Oz goes, dude.
Not.
Imagine if the rest of the film was just him reacting to, like, Oz leaving. It's like 40 minutes him just, like, throwing his hat and stomping on it.
Motherfucker.
You little prick.
But I feel like there could have been some resolution to it, because he definitely would have got in trouble for doing this.
Good luck, fellas.
Because he's just like their best player. Just gone. Like,
yeah. Fuckface. Right, so
they're here.
they're
now,
definitely in
so
the
they
lacrosse
must
game.
just
So
follow him. They must just
Jim and
follow him
Kevin.
there.
Yeah, okay.
I
and
guess
maybe-
if they
No, but he's jogging there. They haven't left yet. So how the hell do they?
Unless it's not, it's really not that far away. No, but he's giving him directions, so it must be
No.
in a different place.
I'm so confused with this because how far away is this place
Well,
from where he is?
someone was giving him directions, so it must not be somewhere close.
I think it's not far.
But see, I think it was the bit where the person's given directions that makes me think that it's far away. Because
Yeah.
surely if it was close, he'd know where it was.
That's true. So they've been standing there waiting how long? Because how long has it been waiting?
Yeah, he must have been running for about 40 minutes. I like it.
He doesn't suck. He's got a good voice. He's just a bit of a fucking
Tool.
yeah. But he's coming back.
I don't think he's coming
We're
back.
back. He's been about 40 minutes.
He's
Yeah.
gone for about 40
I don't
minutes.
think he's coming back.
Yeah, I remember we said that. I don't think he's coming back. Should have been earlier on.
Yeah.
They should have. That was such a weird place to put that one scene.
He could have been a 15-minute walk away. This is one of those things. I think this is gonna be one of those. This is not.
I can see.
This is not.
I can see why Jim and Kevin get there. I don't think that's a problem because I think
There they are. They've arrived.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it's a problem that they get there then because he ran. They probably walked.
I think instead of bang or shiter this week, we have one conspiracy theory about American Pie,
Oh my god, American
and that
Pie.
is how long or how far does it take, and where is
Where
Oz
everything?
from the
But they
lacrosse
have this
pitch?
problem in the second film as well when they're driving to
They do,
the
yeah.
harbour because the harbour they're driving. It seems like they're driving for a good couple of hours,
But yeah, they get there by the end of Fat Lip. I know it's nuts, isn't
no,
it?
but then,
This journey was like 3.5 minutes.
But then it just seems like every single person in their school suddenly goes to this party like it's literally round the corner, when in reality it's like 2 or 3 hours drive away.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
Don't they all
like-
stay the night as well?
Yeah, it's so strange.
Yeah, they probably went out for the day or weekend or something like that. I don't know. I don't really question these things, Josh. I just kind of embrace American Pie for its beauty.
But like I said, I do see where people have problems with like the way things are put together in this film. But at the same time, like you just have to accept that it is. Like,
Yeah.
do it with Kevin, bro.
Oh, I'm if anything, right. All jokes aside, I'm probably more like her in terms of like I need someone there to like be like, yes, dude,
Tell me,
that's
yeah.
an idea. Fucking do it.
Do it, dude.
So overthinking it. I overthink more than she. Yeah.
I'd be so happy if I was Kevin. We've talked about this. The guy in the background looks like he's about 50.
Oh yeah. Also, why is she in the middle of the class? Just being
Look,
like,
he looks like
yo,
he's
bro,
about 50.
do you want to have sex?
Yeah,
Prom.
they should have taken more care when they were selecting extras for this film, because some of these guys,
Yeah, that
some of
guy
these
is
people in the
clearly,
background
like,
are
yeah.
literally like 40 years old.
It's Jim's dad, like, like it's like John Cho in the
she looks really hot,
choir. Doesn't Jim actually wear like a full white?
Do you know what this
yeah.
reminds me of? Is the scene from The Inbetweeners where they go and get their suits for the end of year prom,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, "To Jesse."
Fucking hell.
It's like I think it's kind of awful, and he's like, "To Jesse."
Oh wow.
I thought that was Jim's phone then.
Oh.
What was that noise?
How
Was
has
that
he
from
got?
your
How has he
laptop?
got iPhone? Is
That was
this
from your laptop. I was like,
1999?
Jim has an iPhone. What's going on? No
No,
wonder
I just-
Nadia wanted to
I
bang
just
him.
gotta. So have you ever had like a chat with your dad like about sex stuff? Like, has he ever given you the
Not
talk?
really. Not
No?
like not sex stuff. No. There's been other things I've had talks with my dad about,
Yeah.
but I've never really had like an awkward sex.
He's never
chat
had that
with
like chat and like he shows him the porno mags earlier on and he's like
no,
yeah.
I've never had that. It's
He's
really
like this is the vagina.
I was too sly for that kind of shit. Like I never got caught. At least I don't think I got caught. My
You
parents
never
probably.
got caught. That sounds really fucking bad.
I know.
No, that's
But
fair.
it's like I guess it's because Jim like gets caught masturbating. Like
A lot.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he
he's a dopey fucker, isn't he?
he is dumb. Yeah, poor Jim. I feel sorry for Jim.
I'm smarter than he is, but I also feel like there will be things my parents haven't told me, where they've definitely like
Know
heard
something,
me,
yeah,
heard me
yeah.
wanking at some point, and just
Wow.
never told me about it.
That's on the record.
Yeah. Oh no, he did have a
He
date.
did.
He did go.
Yeah,
with
he
that-
went out with that
girl.
girl. Yeah, though. Yeah.
Look at fucking fucking Jessica walking around with headphones.
So this scene, right, it always reminds me of so this is the prom scene with like the band and stuff, right? This always reminds me of Not Another Teen Movie. Have you seen that?
See, this scene reminds me of, not only does it remind me of the fourth one, but I guess it's because it's the same characters. But like, it reminds me of the prom episode from How I Met Your Mother. But I guess it's just because Alison Hannigan's there for quite a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Have you seen Not Another Teen Movie then?
I've
The one
seen
with
it.
Chris
I don't remember.
Evans
I don't
and
remember any
Grace
of
Kelly
it.
and stuff.
No, I don't remember any of it.
So the prom scene obviously is a parody of this prom scene.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And Good Charlotte are playing,
Oh no.
and they're playing I Want Candy song, and like everyone does like the dance stuff. It's such a good film, man. You need to watch that because they parodied
Yeah,
like
we'll
this
watch it.
this film so well.
Mm.
Or like the younger brother or something, and they're in they go to the women's locker room and they're like trapped in like the air ducts.
Oh no, I do remember this. Yeah.
And one of the girls shit in, and they fall into the English room, and it just goes everywhere. Shit goes everywhere.
I see. I do remember some of it.
And he has that like same kind of like Kevin triumphant monologue.
Yeah,
That is pretty cool.
that is pretty cool. But she's essentially just spending his money on it. Like,
Yeah, but she did buy the earrings though.
yeah.
They were 150, dude.
I want to know how this never came up
What
as
now?
well. This girl not having sex with Sherman.
Yeah.
Why is it only now just come up that he's lied about it?
Because
I feel like someone would have mentioned something to her before that.
maybe
you know what I mean?
no, the only reason she the only reason she would know though.
3 weeks though, isn't there? It's
She
like 3
knows
weeks.
because Kevin's clearly told her. Sherman's had sex
Oh
with his
yeah,
girl.
yeah, I guess.
Blah,
but
blah,
then
blah.
again, if it's spreading around the school, people,
No, I think it's quite funny because he humiliated him in like the worst possible way, man. In prom, and
Oh
like,
yeah, this is
the
yeah,
spotlight as well. There's an
Yeah.
actual spotlight on him. It's so mean, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah. No.
like how do they know exactly where he is? Yeah, there's a bit of a spotlight. Yeah, look.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so nasty, man. Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Look.
it's not quite a spotlight though, is it? It just kind of goes in
No.
there. Man, Kevin's such a little bitch.
He is a bit of a little
Dude,
bitch,
it's
isn't
just sex, honestly, man.
he? Dude, it's just sex.
But then again, when you're that age, I guess it's all you
That's
want.
all that
really.
matters, isn't it? Really.
I want the warmth of apple pie.
So it makes sense. Like,
Jim's gotten the closest. He's fucked a pie.
I think Kevin overreacts a little bit.
Kevin overreacts. Oh yeah,
He
dude, he
overreacts.
overreacts in both
He's a-
films,
he's
man.
a
Remember
little
that
bitch.
after that pep talk with him, and they had like that weird like slow motion like beach walk back to
Yeah.
the house.
He's an emotional little bitch, isn't he? Like,
yeah,
really.
yeah. I mean, but he's that emotional backbone of the group. You know, like that's
Oh,
what like
yeah.
that's what gets him. He gets them all in that like zone. Like they pump each other
Yeah,
up, and then
he's like the heart
and then it
of
sets the end
group.
of the end of
Yeah.
the act, like the start of Act 3 emotion, really, doesn't it? Like this is the
Yeah,
low point of
true.
the film,
Mm.
the typical low point. No one's getting anywhere. No one's gonna
But
get laid.
I guess it's
do you know what I mean?
also because he was the one who got them all, like, you know,
in
who
that
got,
like
who
kind of
galvanized them in the
yeah,
first
yeah,
place,
yeah.
and then like later on they're the ones who pick him up.
It was a wonderful speech.
Yeah,
I always think
I don't know why Jim's so bummed out about this though, because she's clearly quite a nice
Jim
girl.
is just like he's a bit picky, I guess.
Oh yeah, he's very picky, but like. I
And
know,
also,
guys. I know, like
he's
when
supposed
we were
to,
younger,
he's
we were
supposed
like,
to
"Oh,
be
yeah, we gotta be with
blind
the
to
hot
this. Like
girls."
it's just that typical kind of trope, though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
rom-coms where, you know, he doesn't really see the ugly duckling until like, you know, he's forced to, and then he
Yeah,
realizes,
yeah,
oh, she's
true.
the love of my life, blah blah blah. But that doesn't happen until number 2 anyway. So
Mm.
yeah, so they live by the lake then. It seems, don't they?
Yeah, they are by the lake.
But it doesn't seem like they live by the lake in number 2 or even the start of this. Is it?
I don't know, but this one isn't the same lake.
But don't they live near a lake anyway? That's like the whole point.
I don't know.
Because even in number 4 in the reunion, they go back.
but they
to
make
that, like,
it seem
kind of
so
place.
far away, is what I'm
They
saying.
do, yeah. the
Like,
drive.
Because it lasts the montage of them driving lasts the entire length of
Fat
the song. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
For fuck's sake, shut up. But they go on like 6 different motorways.
They do,
It's
yeah.
like, what
yeah.
the hell where are you going to? Oh, look how romantic it is. Dude, this is like a restaurant. There's like stuff in the background. This is an amazing house. Stifler is so lucky.
Mate, I think Oz is way too honest.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the point, though, isn't it?
it's just that
Oz is a classic hopeless romantic.
Oh yeah, he's straight out of a Woody Allen film, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hands down. So Finch doesn't obey by the rules,
No, he doesn't.
and that's why he's a
But
top shagger.
it leads to one of the most iconic
Scenes of
link-ups
all time, yeah.
of all time.
The pool room, aka Stifler's mom. And the music as well.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. I love how there's a
jazzy.
bed there as well. It's pretty much a bed.
I noticed that before. I noticed that.
This is a very sexy house. I like this house.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good. I was about to say, who's that on the right then? It was a reflection in the mirror.
Fucking hell. Jennifer Coolidge, man. Like, she's
Yeah.
hilarious. Hands down. In Friends as well.
Yeah.
She's great, man. I think she's in Joey. Do you ever watch that show?
Is that the one that's the
The spin-off.
spin-off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I haven't
Where
seen
he goes
any
to
of it.
LA and, like, he tries to make it as an actor.
I had it
He's
failed.
hangs out with his sister and
Miserably.
her, like, and her son and stuff. And I think she plays his agent.
Oh, Lord.
His new agent, whatever, because Estelle died, didn't she?
Hmm.
But no, she's quite funny.
I love how Oz doesn't even go to the party. Really, does he?
Yeah, where are they?
never
Are they in
see
the
him at
go?
party.
I've always wondered where
Where actually are they? Because this part, you can't even hear anything.
No, you
Like,
can't.
party
No.
going on in the background.
No, you can't.
They must
yeah.
be on, like the other side of the lake. Yeah,
Lovely.
because that's the end of the night is when they all have sex, and that's like the resolution to the whole Stifler's
story.
party.
Yeah.
And then it's the next morning. It doesn't. One of them not have sex. One of them doesn't have sex, do they?
Yeah, sure. No, Stifler. Isn't it weird how they have sex? It just feels meaningless. Like that's quite sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is quite sad. I feel sorry for Kevin, but he doesn't.
I feel
he
sorry for
doesn't
both of
help
them.
himself.
It felt like you could tell from the start of the film like their like relationship was deteriorating.
Mm.
And then like that's
You
like the
can tell
final.
they
But they had like no chemistry at all.
Yeah, you could tell they weren't going to last the film. Like
Hmm.
it wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I think it's from this point on Vicky really annoys me.
Yeah. Do you think like
They kind of redeem her in the fourth film, but like
yeah.
she just gets really annoying from this point onwards. Wait, so did they not have sex?
They may not have actually. Yeah.
So Oz didn't have sex because that's what I was thinking. So one of them admits that they didn't have sex, and it was Oz. I never noticed it was Oz.
Because it's clear it looked like they were. Huh. That's completely changed things. I've never noticed that before. How have I never noticed that? I've seen this film many times.
Yeah, same.
Many of the times.
Well, they must have sex between the first film and the second film. Like it's probably still like
Yeah, when they're at
does
college, yeah.
But it seems like a weird thing to not happen. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like there's no reason why they shouldn't have had sex at that point. It's not like it's something that gets resolved. You know, I mean, it does get resolved later in the films because you kind of just assume it.
Yeah. No, I think they do. I find it so weird. You know, like the whole like Nadia thing. Like she clearly like completely left the US
Yeah,
because she like
Because of
comparison, but yeah,
And now all of a
she'll
sudden she
still
still wants to
happily
talk
like
to him, yeah.
webcam. Yeah. Problem with that is you would have heard the door hit that basketball.
yeah.
Hoop then.
Love how he doesn't close the door. He doesn't close the door. Look, he just leaves the door open, dude.
Oh God. Sake.
He leaves the door open. I never noticed that. Can you imagine?
What an amazing ending to a film, right?
Yeah, it's even better now that I notice he doesn't close the
The
door.
door.
He just leaves it open and lets everyone just walk past, seeing Jim dancing.
God. Oh, mate,
Look
this
how
song.
low down Stifler is.
Yeah,
of
but
the
it's
casting.
it's in alphabetical order.
Oh,
dude.
is it? Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
Is anyone else in this that like maybe like
Is it in
famous?
alphabetical order?
Yeah, see, Scott Rayner. So this is another old version of it. It's supposed to be Travis Barker.
Oh my god,
Yeah, that's weird.
that's so strange. Lacrosse players.
No idea who they are. So many of them.
There's a lot of lacrosse. Jesus, there was no way that there were that many. Stifler's lacrosse double. So Oz didn't have a lacrosse double. He must have just
Maybe
been
I
the
showed
real-
up
He
earlier.
must have just been the real deal.
Because his name is I don't know. So we had this little thing, like literally on Twitter, about Joker having a sequel.
And then all of a sudden,
And then all of a sudden
debunked
it was fake,
straight
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So
Like, I mean, what do you think? Like, what if it was real and they should do a sequel to Joker?
I mean, I'm glad that it's not real because I don't think there should be a Joker sequel. because I feel like it will unravel the fragile nature of the way that they've left it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, hands
Like,
down.
the amount of stuff that they've put in that was completely unnecessary from the Batman universe. If they start to expand on the universe anymore, then it will just break.
Yeah.
So,
Well, also, I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but Joker hit $1 billion now,
yeah, that's
and it's
wild.
the highest selling R-rated film of all time.
Fair
I think
play.
it's the
It was good.
45th highest grossing film of all time.
It's a good film.
Yeah, I think it's one of the I think it's the 9th highest grossing film of this year.
That's not bad.
That's saying that's like 9 films have grossed over $1 billion then, or
Yeah,
something
which
like
is
that.
insane.
Like it's nuts, isn't it? Like that's a lot of money.
Because more people are just seeing films now, aren't
Yeah.
they? Like, and there was some big stuff that came out this year, wasn't there?
Yeah, loads of Endgame.
Endgame, the first one. that comes to
Captain
mind.
Marvel. I think does Captain Marvel hit $1 billion? No, it hasn't, is it?
Was
No,
Captain Marvel
Captain Marvel didn't hit
2019?
$1 billion. No,
Wait, was Captain Marvel this year? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man hit. Sorry, Spider-Man hit $2 billion, didn't it? No,
I don't know.
no, I don't think it hit 2. No, it did hit $2 billion.
Did it?
I think so. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Jesus.
Because that was like
Well, I
the
was
whole
gonna say,
controversy
yeah,
everyone was
Spider-Man,
saying.
and Endgame will definitely be some of the among the top like 3 or 4.
Well, hands down. It's made 1.132 billion.
Fair play.
Yeah,
What
that's
else-
out now as
what
well
else
on
was-
Blu-ray.
Is it?
Yeah, I saw it a few days ago. So it's the
Good
7th
film.
highest grossing film of 2019, Joker.
Okay.
43rd highest grossing film of all time. So
Nice.
2019, of Endgame, Lion
Mm.
King,
Lion
Far
King.
From Home, Captain Marvel, Toy Story 4, Aladdin, then Joker, then Hobbs and Shaw, then Nizar. I'm guessing that's a
Hobbs and Shaw.
yep. That earned
I can't
That's in
believe
758,000.
Hobbs and Shaw is there. That's ridiculous.
758 million. Sorry, what am I on about? Yeah,
Damn. Yeah, some big films come out this year.
massive films. Is there anything else coming up at the end of this year that like?
I think if you would just take Aladdin, Lion King, Endgame, and Spider-Man all into account.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of fucking money though.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, it could still get higher. So you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
For now.
Oh, Disney Plus is out as well.
Yeah, true. Disney
Finally.
Plus.
We get it March 30th.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be getting it. If I'm being honest, I paid for
Yeah.
too much already. Like,
I'd probably get it, so just so we have it.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, as long as they fix the Simpsons issue, but then the whole like aspect ratio and stretching it.
For me, I mean, it wouldn't be something that stops me from watching it. It would be a bit annoying, but I'd still be like, well, it's The Simpsons, and like
I
can
don't
watch
think
it.
there's any reason to actually like change the aspect ratio.
Oh, there's no reason why they had to do it, but I think
Because it did it for South Park, and then on Amazon there's like a few episodes. I think it's the first episode's in 4:3, and then it goes then to like 16:9 standard standard aspect ratio for TV. And then he does that, and then I think it was like season 3 or 4 or season 3. A few episodes went back to 4:3, and it was just like
Don't make
okay.
any
And then it
sense.
kept bouncing back and forth, and it was just kind of it felt inconsistent.
if there was
you're
if there
gonna
was
do
some
it, just pick-
consistency about it, it wouldn't really have
It's
mattered.
like they couldn't do a certain episode because they would cut out a lot of stuff, and like they just kind of hoping
Yeah.
that the surroundings and the background could be cut off if they. I don't know how they've done it.
It's strange, enough.
They still got to stretch it regardless anyway. But yeah, the South Park episodes look good, so I don't know why they couldn't do the Simpsons. But apparently, a lot of options on their own 4K. Apparently, all the Star Wars films when they come out will be available in 4K. I think all the Marvel films that when they come out will be 4K. Just everything. I think that for £7, £8 a month, and you get the whole entire like kind of Fox and Disney catalog. And by the time we get it as well, think how much stuff will be on there. It's November
There'll
now.
be a lot there'll be a lot on there, but there'll be a lot of stuff that's not on there.
It's like 5 months away.
And like,
There's gonna be a lot of stuff on there though. You'd be fine for a while.
it would just depend whether or not I wanted to carry on watching like stuff that was like it's Disney.
Yeah,
I feel like Disney.
it's just nice having the whole Marvel catalog on there whenever you
Yeah,
need
I think
it.
the Marvel catalog's
But
the
then
biggest,
at the same time,
the
we
biggest,
got
thing
the
about that,
Blu-rays
but-
of like most of them. So I mean, what's the
Yeah,
point?
we have ways of watching
And
them
it's
anyway.
better to watch the
It's
hard
just-
copy anyway. So
Yeah, I think we already have ways of watching all of them. It would just be strange. I mean, it would just be great if we had them all in one place. But I feel like that's the only real like upside to it. Most of the stuff that would be on there, we could get anyway.
Well, I say it'd be nice to have like 1080p Simpsons. I wouldn't mind that because I've only ever seen that in a DVD quality, and it just doesn't look right. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sick.
Right then.
Yeah, that was American Pie. Yeah, thanks for coming on again, Joshy boy.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, as always, I'm Charlie Pitson. You've been listening to the Conversation Is podcast. Subscribe to HillRat Productions on YouTube for more content, other channels and whatnot. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us for all things podcast-ish. Yeah.
Filmy.
So, goodbye.
See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later. See you later.